Did you know that chronic stress is a silent killer, spiking your blood pressure by 30% and doubling your heart attack risk to 40%, as revealed by PubMed studies? This relentless pressure floods your body with cortisol, inflaming your arteries and weakening your heart, a fact backed by the Mayo Clinic. What if the daily stress you brush off is gradually eroding your cardiovascular health? Uncontrolled stress also triggers adrenaline surges, putting extra strain on your heart muscle over time. Left unchecked, this can lead to permanent heart damage, yet so many miss the warning signs. But don't lose hope. I've battled my own stress overload and learned from my mistakes, and I'm here to share 5 science-driven methods to shield your heart, designed for busy adults in 2025. If you're experiencing anxiety, chest tightness, or irregular heartbeats, this is your lifeline. Stay with me for a deep dive into my stress-induced failure and practical steps to protect your health. Let's get moving. Let me share a personal account of how stress affected my heart. Several months ago, I overloaded my schedule, convinced I could thrive under constant deadlines without a break. On the first day, adrenaline kicked in and I powered through a hectic morning. By midday, I noticed my chest felt tight and my pulse quickened. Subtle warnings I dismissed. The Mayo Clinic indicates that acute stress can spike blood pressure by 20 millimeters of mercury, a risk I overlooked. What happened next caught me off guard. I pushed harder, skipping lunch to meet another deadline. By the second day, I was snapping at colleagues and my heart palpitations intensified. My body was signaling distress. PubMed research shows chronic stress elevates inflammation markers by 25%, harming arterial walls. During a client call, I lost my train of thought, my heart pounding, humiliating but revealing. Mayo Clinic data links cortisol surges to a 40% increased heart attack risk over time. I attempted relaxation, but the strain persisted. My heart felt overburdened. A 2022 PubMed study ties prolonged stress to a 15% higher risk of cardiovascular issues. Failing to manage stress was a costly oversight, affecting my heart rhythm and clarity. Yet every misstep provides a lesson. Let's use it wisely. Join me in part 3 for 5 techniques to protect your heart from stress. Let's delve into 5 scientifically validated techniques to manage stress and fortify your heart health.
Technique 1.
Technique 1.
Delve in.
Practice deep diaphragmatic breathing exercises. The Mayo Clinic explains that slow, controlled breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing cortisol levels by 20% and lowering blood pressure by 10 to 15 millimeters of mercury within minutes. This counteracts the fight or flight response that strains your heart.
Breathe
Start
in.
with 5 to 10 minutes
Now
daily.
follow the rhythm.
Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4,
6,
exhale for
and
6,
feel.
and feel the difference. Skipping this can exacerbate arterial inflammation over time. Technique 2. Engage in regular moderate physical activity. PubMed research demonstrates that 30 to 40 minutes of activities like brisk walking or cycling reduces stress hormones by 25 to 30% and enhances endothelial function, protecting your arteries. Exercise also boosts endorphins, which buffer cortisol's impact. Aim for at least 3 sessions per week, even 20-minute walks if time is tight. A sedentary lifestyle increases heart disease risk by 20% per Mayo Clinic. Technique 3. Limit caffeine and sugar intake, especially under stress. The Mayo Clinic warns that excess caffeine, more than 200 milligrams daily, triggers adrenaline spikes causing palpitations in 15 to 20% of stressed individuals, while sugar amplifies cortisol. Restrict to 1 coffee before noon and opt for water or herbal tea. I once consumed 3 coffees by afternoon and my heart raced for hours. Learn from my error. This habit can lead to chronic hypertension if unchecked. Technique 4. Implement daily mindfulness or meditation practices. A 2020 PubMed study found that 10 to 15 minutes of mindfulness daily lowers anxiety by 30 to 35%, reducing heart rate variability strain by 15%. This practice rewires the amygdala, the brain's stress center, over weeks. Use a guided app or focus on your breath. Avoid distractions. My tension eased after a week of meditation, a change I wish I'd started sooner. Technique 5. Foster meaningful social connections to buffer stress. The Mayo Clinic reports that strong social bonds reduce heart disease risk by 50% by lowering chronic stress responses, supported by oxytocin release. Isolation, conversely, spikes cortisol by 25%. Schedule time with friends or join a support group weekly. What if a simple conversation could protect your heart long-term? These methods address the stress overload I faced, preventing heart strain and enhancing resilience. If you're ready to take control, join me in part 4 for a challenge to apply these techniques. Now, let's connect on your stress journey. I'd love to hear your story. Comment below with your toughest stress moment, like constant work pressure or sleepless nights from worry. What if sharing your struggle could inspire someone to protect their heart? The Mayo Clinic highlights that community engagement can decrease stress-related heart risks by 15%, fostering collective health insights. Your input is valuable. Let's grow together. Here are examples to spark your thoughts. Someone might say, work deadlines leave me with chest tightness daily. I felt that tightness too, a sign I ignored. Another could note, I snap at family after stressful days. Any advice? That irritability may reflect a 20% cortisol spike per PubMed, straining your heart. Your stories enrich our learning. Please share below. Let's launch a challenge to transform your stress in 2025. For the next 3 days, pick one technique, like deep breathing or a walk, and monitor your heart rate or mood. Mayo Clinic research shows consistent stress management can lower blood pressure by 5 to 10 millimeters of mercury within days. What if this effort reduces your heart strain significantly? Share your results with hashtag #StressReliefChallenge. I'll offer personalized feedback. Don't skip tracking like I did. It cost me progress. If this content resonates or you found value, please like this video to amplify this vital knowledge. Subscribe and tap the bell for daily health insights, and don't miss tomorrow's dive into immune health. What if a weak immune system is your next concern? Thank you for joining this stress management journey. Prioritize your heart's well-being. See you tomorrow.